interview with Mr. Brad Cook. Medical Tourism Corporation interviewed Mr. Brad Cook, International Healthcare Administrator at Hospital Clinica Biblica, San Jose, Costa Rica.
Mr. Cook, tell us about Hospital Clinica Biblica.
Clinica Biblica is a non-for-profit hospital founded in 1929, so we've been around a long, long time. The hospital has grown quite a bit over the last, I'd say, maybe 10 years. We now have, we have 119 beds right now. We have a modern hospital. Basically, we've been told by doctors and people from other hospitals who have come to visit our hospital, saying that this hospital could be placed anywhere in the United States and it would be a great hospital. So we have the latest technology, brand new intensive care facilities, surgery rooms. We're going to have probably 6, 7, 8 months specialized storages for international medical tourism patients. About 30% of our doctors have specialties from the United States, but all of them are specialists and the top of their fields here in Costa Rica.
What are your hospital's certifications and accreditations?
Well, we're accredited locally here in Costa Rica by the Ministry of Health, and we just completed the Joint Commission International accreditation in the sense that we've already gone through all the reviews. We're just waiting for the final accreditation that we should have at the beginning of January. And we'd be the first hospital in Costa Rica and in all this region to be accredited.
Why should someone in the U.S. or Canada consider Hospital Clinica Biblica?
I mean, I can't speak for all of the hospitals in the world, but I think someone in the U.S., number one, how close we are to the U.S., 2.5 hours from Miami, 3.5 from Dallas or Houston, 5 hours or so from L.A. So really we're closer a lot of times than flying in the United States from one place to another. We have an excellent reputation. The doctors and nurses spend a lot of time with patients, something that doesn't happen a lot in the U.S. anymore because they just don't have time. We're part of the culture. But here, culture-wise, the doctors and nurses spend time with you. So I think that makes a difference. Also, our rooms are all private rooms. You're not sharing a room with anybody. You're going to be basically wined and dined by our international office staff. That they're going to take you from one appointment to another. They're going to be there when you come out of surgery or from any kind of consultation. We're basically there to make you not have to think about anything. We're there to try to help you, with all the details and just make your visit as comfortable as possible. And we hear over and over again people say, this was like going to a spa, except I was having surgery, in the sense that, how comfortable they were, and they're just not treated like another number. So I think those are some of the reasons, as well as our excellent doctors.
What medical procedures do you offer to international patients?
Well, right now we're mainly seeing patients coming for orthopedics and plastic surgery. Those are by far the two areas that we're getting the most patients. But as a general hospital, we can do anything, and we'd like to do a lot more general surgeries, laparoscopic procedures, gallbladder, hernia repair, things, that we know that you're going to come in, you're going to be in the hospital a couple days, and you can have the procedure done. There's not a very high rate of complication or anything like that. That's really what we're focused on. But we can do, anything from in-depth medical checkups, cardiology, procedures, stress tests, echocardiograms, really anything like that, as well as LASIK, eye procedures. Like I mentioned, we're doing a lot of gynecology. So really we can do just about anything.
What about the language? Does your staff speak English?
All our doctors that we work with medical tourism all speak English. They all speak it well, so that's not a problem at all. We also have our international department staff. We're all bilingual, so the patient always has somebody they can call if there is a communication problem. All our signs are in English and Spanish, so that shouldn't be a problem. On each shift, there should be at least one nurse that speaks English very well. Occasionally, that nurse may be with a patient, and one of our patients needs something. And sometimes there's a little bit of a communication issue there. But if there is a problem, you could just pick up the phone and call our international staff, and somebody will be there to assist you.
How do you address a lower price at a clinic or some other medical center in Costa Rica for the same procedure?
I'd say it just depends what you want. There are small clinics that do plastic surgery, and they are going to be a little bit cheaper. But if you really have an emergency or a complication, where do you want to be, at a in a small clinic with one surgery room, or you want to be at a hospital that has all the specialists and intensive care and everything else. So in that sense, is it really worth saving a little bit of money? I don't think it is. And we have had patients that have had complications in some of these clinics that have ended up in our emergency room. So it is something, surgery has complications. So I would say you're definitely better off paying a little bit more and being at a JCI accredited hospital with all the emergency equipment and staff.
What's the state of the medical equipment used by your hospital?
This hospital, a lot of our buildings are brand new, and in all the areas that are brand new, all new equipment was brought in. So the brand new surgery rooms, the rooms that patients for medical tourism would be using, all the equipment is new. The radiology area, all equipment is new MRI, all the X-ray equipment, everything is new. We have a new CAT scan coming in as well. So, it's brand new equipment, it's state of the art, from the best known brands, Philips, Siemens, and things like that. So really, you're gonna get anything you would find at a major hospital in the U.S. and most of the time even better here.
Do you recommend a companion?
I do. I mean, I don't say it's a must, but I do think it's good just to have somebody there. Recovering from surgery is never easy, no matter if it's at home or overseas. So it's always nice to have someone you're familiar with and can get things for you. So I do think it's a plus. But we have patients come, with and without companions. But I'd say, personally, if it was me, I'd want somebody, with me just to help me navigate things, and especially when I'm not feeling so well.
Mr. Cook, what message do you have for someone who's considering a medical trip to Hospital Clinica Biblica?
I guess I would say, don't be nervous about going to a foreign country, because Costa Rica has a lot of foreigners. It's very Americanized. I mean, we have, most of the stuff you would get in the U.S. Our hospitals are just as good, if not better. We have the same standards with the Joint Commission. Our doctors are great. You're not going to have really any problems with language. We have an international staff. The difference between going to a hospital in the States, you're kind of running around on your own. Here, you're going to have somebody assigned to you to take you around. Also, we're going to make sure that previous to being hospitalized, that your accommodations are also going to be excellent, so that you don't just have to worry about the actual surgery and then seeing how you're going to recover. You're going to be in a nice facility. You're going to have nurses there, checking on you, good food. So you can also, people don't always like to talk about medical tourism as adding the tourism part, but Costa Rica is also just an unbelievable country with all kinds of things to see. And even after surgery, before surgery, we have tours that we can take you on. You can go see a volcano or things like that. So, you can kind of take care of your health care and take a vacation at the same time. Okay.
The Medical Tourism Corporation team hopes this video helps you in your journey to finding the right medical destination. Medical Tourism Corporation facilitates affordable medical treatment at world-class international hospitals. Fill out the estimate request form on our site for a free quote and more information.